Hey, what's up? It's Noctica, and I'm about to give you a production breakdown of my debut single, Savior. Alright, so this is the mix session. There's a fair few tracks in here, and I'm just going to show you kind of how I built the track from the ground up. So first thing I always start with is drums, and the first thing that I kind of originally had in this was this kind of like electronic drum kit. So I'm just going to mute a couple of things and show you guys how the original things sounded. Which sounded like this. So this was the original kind of beat that I started off with. Pretty repetitive. It does that throughout the whole song. For the electronic stuff, I always feel like drums that are electronic can feel kind of bland, so I layered a million snares and claps and various things over the top of that to try and like give it a bit more life. So this is what it sounds like with that. Sounds way more lively. Next thing I did for the drums was I added a real kit into it. It's a programmed kit, but it's based off kind of like a real drum kit. I'll just show you what it sounds like by itself, and then I'll add it into the drums. So this is the real kit by itself. There's a sampled snare. So this is technically what it sounds like. Added a snare on top, and then blended in with the electronic kit. It just gives it a little bit more life, like just adds a bit more drum. So I'll pull them out, show you guys what the difference is. So with the live drums, without. Yeah, crazy what layering a couple of kits can do. So that's the drum. So the next thing I do in everything is I normally add some bass in. I try and figure out the root notes and the chords of what I'm doing with the bass, and yeah, try to get a decent like bass and low end going before I fuss around with all of the higher stuff. So same thing with the drums. The bass is basically doing the same thing throughout the whole song, which is this kind of this, I guess, like synthwavy kind of 80s retro bass kind of thing. Kind of based it off Style by Taylor Swift. So that added in with the drums. Pretty cool. All right, so after the bass was added in, I was kind of doing, I originally had some like metal guitars that had like heavy distortion on them, and they were playing kind of like a rhythm part, and it just didn't sound right to me. So I was messing around with some synths and kind of came up with this weird like synth sound that kind of worked, and then I've kind of used it in a lot of the songs that I'm working on, and it's kind of turned into a bit of a sound. So I'm just going to quickly play that. So these were originally guitars, but I've kind of turned them into, well, I wouldn't say turn them into, I've taken what I was playing on the guitar and changed it to a synth. Pretty cool. Adding them in, this is what they sound like. Has this kind of cool, like glitchy kind of vibe to it, but still kind of tickles the same parts of your brain that a guitar kind of would. It's distorted, it sounds kind of badass and all of that. Then to kind of like fill out the sound, I added a few different other synths, like a Eurogate kind of thing. It's really buried. It's not super heavy in there, but it's enough in there that it does something. I have these weird... so these are originally pianos that I've just thrown like a million layers of distortion on. I'll just see if I can find one. Yeah, so these things here. Cool little things that I added in that just add like a bit of excitement here and there, a bit of drama, a bit of ear candy. Just little layers of ambience underneath everything, just to add a bit more life. So something that I find when composing is a lot of my rhythm sections are really, really low tuned, and I think that's just because I come from like a metal, like metalcore and Meshuggah kind of like type background where like everything's tuned really low, so you need something that's a bit like higher pitched to fill the gap, and sometimes vocals don't cut it for me. So I try to add some other things in. So I've got a couple of other weird little synths and stuff in there in the main, and these all kind of just repeat here and there through the song. All the song's really doing is I'm just taking and adding and removing layers and stuff. So I've got this kind of ambient piano. Skip to where it's doing a bit more. So that's in like... So that's just a piano with like a million layers of reverbs and reversing delays and all of that stuff. I think there's this other synth in here. It's weird, like droney, Blade Runner-y type thing. It's barely hearable. Like you can barely hear it in the final thing. Oh, and then there's like this. So this is like a me singing, and I kind of like just drowned it in reverb and dumped it over the top of everything. So this is in the main area, like main part of the song. Trying to go for some kind of like weird angelic kind of sounding thing, but where that kind of plays like a main role is up in like the bridge, up here. You can hear it like a fair bit in the bridge, and that's originally where it was, and I kind of like copy and pasted it into the rest of the song. Oh, yeah, there's a second one. And like some vocal chop thing. And all these like kind of things are just tiny little, I guess, like layers just to kind of make the song feel a little bit bigger. I wanted something that felt a little bit kind of like similar to like Linkin Park or I can't remember the composer's name, but it's the person who did the opening tracks for Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. That has this kind of weird distorted piano. It's like this emotional 2000s-y sounding hook kind of thing. So all I did was I got a piano and I just distorted the living daylights out of it and tried to make it sound a little bit like I think it's the piano in Numb from Linkin Park. So so there's like a high one, and there's actually a guitar in there. Yeah. So there is one real instrument in this song, but altogether they kind of make this weird droney, like noise, which I just think sounds really, really cool. Yeah, so in the song, like, I'll play it with and without. So this is kind of what I had originally, and then I feel like it really glues the whole thing together. And that was just like a complete like last minute thing. So this is the lead vocal. Let's show you guys a little bit of what's going on. It's like the lead vocals by itself. Before. It's a feeling I can't ignore. When the rain starts to pour, I just try to ignore the dysphoria. And I take a look at my reflection, turn away and start regressing. You can hear like a couple of little like woos and stuff in there, and that's like whenever I've cut in like a demo take or something, because I record all my demos like just with the speakers blaring, because I feel like I get a bit more of a vibe, and then I always hate myself after for it, because the demo takes sometimes sound really, really cool, and it's like, cool, I have to like do a lot of work to these to make them like usable. Let's have a browse at some more vocals. So this is how you lay vocals to make every chorus sound really kick-ass. So first thing you do is you grab your main vocal, not with the song behind it. So you grab your main vocal. I don't think I'm ever getting better, and you layer it, you double it, and you pan those doubles both left and right, like hard left and right. This is what you get. I don't think I'm ever getting better, and I won't escape this I was a bit sick when I recorded those, so they sound a bit crap, but they get the job done. Then you record some harmonies, and you pan those left and right as well. So you sing a harmony of the main chorus line. And on all of your backing vocals, I would like something that I learned off a producer that I recorded my band's like first EP with, is like you cut all of the S and T sounds and stuff out of your backing vocals, and it can make the vocals sound way tighter and way more polished and professional, because you never get the timing exactly right on them. But so you do harmonies. I don't think I'm ever getting better, and I won't escape this hell. I'm just so pretty cool. And then underneath it, you just layer a vocal that is basically just singing the same line as the chorus, but it's an octave down. So I don't think I'm ever getting better, and I won't escape this hell. I'm just so tired. Super tuned because I'm sick. But then what they all sound like together, once you put them all together, is this. And I think it sounds really cool. I don't think I'm ever getting better, and I won't escape this hell. I'm just so tired of wasting my life chasing heaven. Depression's got me running from the person who could save me from myself. Tell me how. Pretty cool. So something else that is in, I think is a fun little thing in production, is to add like little kind of like call and response kind of things, or little like backing things underneath stuff. So I tried not to do too much of it in the first verse. I thought it'd be a really cool way to add a bit of energy in the second verse. So tell me how I'm supposed to feel. It's weird, like robot vocal. And then these like weird octave down ad-libs. Depression won't win every second. Suppression has now become all that I am. Just cool little things that you can do. I feel like they really add a lot, and just give the vocal a bit of excitement. What else is there?
myself.
Cool. Well, that's it for the production breakdown of Savior. I hope you had fun. I hope something in this was insightful or just enjoyable for you. I'm thinking about putting together a Patreon at some point to go a bit deeper into some of my productions and kind of reveal a bit of like how I'm actually doing everything in my audio and like with all my music videos and stuff. So if that's something you'd be interested in, or if there's like anything you'd want to see on that, or even just on this YouTube channel, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for taking your time. Savior's out now. If you haven't listened to it, go and check it out. Go and watch the music video. Let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you for your time. I'm Noctica, and see you next time.